Hi guys, it's me Dinithi. This is the seventh video of the series of designing an e-commerce web application, and today I'm going to talk about the carousel I designed for the homepage using Bootstrap and JavaScript. So basically, carousel is a slider which lets us display text, images and stuff in one interactive sliding block. So this is the carousel I designed for our eShop homepage. It has three images. There are both indicators and controls. We can use these arrow keys to go back and forth like this. And these indicators in the bottom of the slide indicates us how many slides are there in the carousel, and we can move from one to the other using these indicators as well. Moving on to my code, first I gave this carousel class to the div in order to specify that this div contains a carousel, and I used carousel dark class since I'm using the dark theme. And then this slide class adds the CSS transition and animation effects, and carousel fade adds the fading effect when changing from one image to another. And then comes database write true. Since this is set to true, we have to cycle the first item manually in order to autoplay the rest. And then comes the indicators. These indicators indicates us how many slides are there and which slide the user is currently viewing. So carousel indicator class specifies the indicators. These indicators are basically buttons, so type button, and then comes this attribute which says database target. So all the controls and indicators must have this attribute with the ID of the carousel element. And then database slide to. This attribute specifies which slide to go to when clicking on the specific indicator. And then comes the class active. So we must add this active class to one of the indicators. Otherwise, not only the indicators, but also the controls won't work. Let me show you. First, let's remove this active class to see what will happen. And refresh. Okay, so now the controls aren't working as well as the indicators. And now I'm gonna add the active class again, and let's see what will happen. Let's go and refresh. Yep, so both the controls as well as the indicators are working just fine back again. So this is the importance of the active class. And moving back to the code, over here I've added three indicators because I only have 3 slides. Now let's move on to the body of the carousel, which is carousel inner. All the slides should be inside the carousel inner div, and then comes carousel item. So the content of each slide is defined in a carousel item div, and then I added my image. These are the styling classes I used, and then the caption, welcome to eShop, the world's best online store by one click. And this is the second slide, which is only an image, and this is the third slide, which is an image plus caption. Now let's talk about the active class in the slides. So this class must be added to one of the slides, otherwise the carousel won't work. So let's check that. First I'll remove the class, and refresh, see the carousel is not visible. But once I add the active class back again, it will be visible. So let's add it and refresh. See, it's active and visible as expected, and it's working. And now finally the controls. This left and right controls allows us to go back and forth between slides manually. Going back to my code, over here, carousel control preview, this adds a left button to the carousel, while the carousel control next adds a right button. I explained this database target attribute earlier. So database slide preview and database slide next alters the slide position relative to its current position. Then these preview and next icons, these are used together with carousel control preview and carousel control next buttons. Then both previous and next spans are visually hidden, and done. So that's the code for the carousel. And now let's check out the carousel in our home page once again. So I have to cycle the first one manually in order to play the rest automatically. And yep, that's it for this video. In this video, we talked about how I developed the carousel for homepage using Bootstrap. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you all again. Goodbye.